Shameless self-promotion. Hello there. Only One Kenobi here. Only one. I'm not going to just be. I'm sorry about the technical blip there coming in, and let's just get the show on the road, ladies and gentlemen. This is a big head-to-head tonight. We've got some of the super heavyweights in the. I can see them, all three of them now in the backstage area, and I think I'm just going to bring them on because tonight is for the heavyweight championship of the world. Are you ready? Chat in the YouTube section. Are you ready? For the 22 in attendance and the millions. Well, actually, I'll stop there. Let's get ready to rumble. Right, okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So I couldn't decide if to bring him on first, actually, the special guest referee, but we'll leave him till the end. So first of all, I've written all this down. Before I go into that, let's just say hello to some people here. We've got Jared Coyle in the chat. Hi, Jed. And then we've got David Mesner. You'll never see a more wretched live. And then we've got Darren Robinson, GeForce, Michael Page. I saw Lau before. Oh my God, a super chat already from David Sutherland. Awesome, man. How about that? The fastest ever super chat in the Only One Kenobi history. And Martin Footer, he's ready to rumble. Let's bring this on now. Okay, so lost me Page. Hang on. Lost me Michael Page. Here we go now. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger. 6'4.5", 275 1/4 pounds. He's undoubtedly one of the fastest growing superstars in the 3 3/4 inch action figure collecting community and the YouTube universe. He comes from somewhere between Nashville, Tennessee and the far side of Endor. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the challenger and the man who is now the reigning and defending CAS graded Intercontinental Champion of the world, the man known as the future ruler of Earth, spelled R-U-L-A, the master of the eBay auction sniper, the action figure grader, John Ruler.
I'm not 275, dude. I weigh like 180. All right, get it right.
Well,
how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. And you're not going to like the next bit, John, because I have, well, you'll hear this. Listen to the data stats on your challenge, on your opponent. And let's bring him on, ladies and gentlemen. And his opponent, one of the most recognizable faces and names in all action figure collecting in all 4 corners of the globe. 283 3/4 pounds. He stands at 6'7" tall. From somewhere between East Putney, Barnes Bridge, the dark side of the moon, and a galaxy far, far away. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the man also known as the King of Kenner, presenting the man who is now the reigning and defending, undefeated, undisputed AFA UKG graded heavyweight champion of the world, the BOE, the Blacked Out Ewoks.
Oh Lord, I'm only 5'10".
I don't know what's going on.
So yeah,
A bit much, isn't it?
I think everyone wants this duel between us. But we're
Basically,
great pals, so
great mates.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to get these two head to head in a friendly way.
Yeah.
The mountains of MOC. So welcome, gentlemen. Finally, we've had this live stream planned for, well, ages, and it's just not happened. But it's not going to be complete without a special guest referee.
Yeah.
And here he is. It's Tim from BOSSK'S Bounty.
Wow, man, that's all the build-up he gets, man.
Do you remember when Ricky Gervais brought on Tom Cruise, what's he called? Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. And he goes, oh, the first person, yeah, has been in such great films like Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, yeah, and Saving Private Ryan. The other is Tim Allen. totally putting down. It's so funny.
Brutal.
I haven't got a black and white t-shirt either, sorry.
Fellas,
a striped one. I don't even know what I'm refereeing, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Oh, just let's just well, I don't. Yeah, I've done my bit now, and let's bring it on, fellas. So to be honest, I'm knackered. I can't do this now. Give me a moment, please.
It's great to see you guys again.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining us. We have more people in the chat. Let's have a look. We've got what a lineup dream team indeed. Yes, Matthew Walker.
Got Woke Claw 229.
We got the Woke Lord in the chat.
Oh.
Let's have a look. We've got Dustin Bond, G-Force.
Yeah. Hi, G-Force.
Simply everything. Me. What? And then we have and then, of course there he is. And Salacious Rum. Monkey lizards are very good lovers. I love that. Yeah, brilliant. So anyway, welcome fellas, and thanks for joining me tonight. So it's just really a bit of an informal chat. I wrote a few things down that we could maybe touch on.
Yeah.
Because there's been a lot happening, as you know.
Hi, Buffy's Cave, Ian.
Buffy's Cave, Ian. Brilliant.
Straight out of Coruscant.
Yeah, I love Ian, man. He's brilliant, isn't he?
Yeah, hi Ian.
Hello.
He's been around for a long time.
He has.
Yeah.
And who's this here? Justin Mabin up the hammers.
Hey, Justin.
That's right. It's Liverpool on as well. Preston.
That's West Ham for John. English football team.
Oh, was he asking? Was he?
No, I was just saying hammers.
Yeah, he was translating. He was translating for me.
That's right. And Neil Lowry. So, fellas, yeah, a lot's been happening. I've written a few things down here since we've got you on, John Ruler, and also the Blacked Out Ewoks. I thought, because I mean, this stream I was going to do a long time ago because I was getting into the mocks, vintage stuff. And I've
yes, man, you've been killing it lately.
My bank balance is showing that, fellas. And
yeah,
it's terrible. Sorry, Tim. How are you, man? I didn't mean to. That your introduction was crap. I do apologize. It was a joke.
I'm fine, man. How are you?
But yes, it wouldn't be. It'd be rude not to have you on as well, of course, with these fellas. And so we're going to talk about maybe a bit of vintage and a bit of modern as well. You know, how long will it take to complete the 96 is one of the things I want to discuss tonight. You know, where we're going with that. HasCon and the week's reveals, and then there's been another couple that came yesterday as well. Of course, the Ahsoka and the Death Watch, dude. Yeah, that was a pretty cool figure. And then we do have a special guest coming on later on as well. Speaking of vintage, it ties in very nicely with that. Should I spill the beans now or keep that secret?
Keep us on tender hooks, I'd say.
Keep people
I agree
on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, fellas, just to kick things off, how are you all? Let's check in with everybody and what you up to. Action figure grader, man.
Well, it is great to be here, guys. And honestly, the reason that the four of us have not gotten together sooner is my fault. I take full blame for it. I've been out of town dealing with family stuff. We had, the virus hit our family and work. So it's my fault that this has taken so long to get together. So otherwise, everybody's happy and healthy and grinding daily. That's all I do. So
it goes back to echo this, that was like the 7th of August or something like that. That's the last one I did, and Matt filled in. He was on that stream. So yeah, and BOE, man. What's up? What's new?
Well, I'm off this week, so it's quite, taking it easy, sort of going to bed at 2 a.m, dithering here. I did get an unboxing today. I just put that video just up about an hour ago. It's some
awesome.
little D'Agostini figures, so I just opened that.
Nice.
I'm bidding on about 20 of them now on eBay. So hopefully I'll get quite a lot of those. And it's cheaper. It works out a lot cheaper to buy them in a bulk rather than individually. So yeah.
Cool, man. I'm just going backwards in the chat. I am listening to you. It's very hard to double task with this, isn't it, really? Just going to give a few more people a shout out. I did see him. Shabby. All right, Shabby? All right,
Shabby.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get to Blackpool after all, Shabby, man. Shame. Phil the Force. And then we've got...
Matt's there.
Mana. He says, please don't mention Liverpool. Oh, I see. Okay. Is he a United fan? Is he an Evertonian? Is he Preston?
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Given that I'm the dumb American, every once in a while we play NFL football over there in London, and it seems like there's actually real fans. But my question to you is, are those all just Americans that are going over there for the game, or or they're
No.
actually UK NFL football fans?
There's
I've
a
got
lot of
few-
Brits.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've got a
yeah.
few
There are.
friends at work that are well into it. They absolutely love it.
Wow.
It stems back from the 80s, though, I think, because like your parents allowing you to stay up to watch the Super Bowl or whatever. But it's always just the Super Bowl, like I watched. Like it's never, you know, I never knew what was really going on. But yeah, there must be a market for it because they're bringing teams over all the time to play, aren't they? In Tottenham Stadium and the Wembley Stadium and stuff. So
Yeah, because
Yeah.
my brother-in-law is well into it, and
Mm.
so is my cousin. They're both well into that sort of stuff.
What's a shaking gentleman and Bosk there?
it's just an excuse to eat and drink, though, isn't it? American football is like it's more breaks than play. It's just
Yeah, there's a lot of delays. So someone actually, you know, the average game runs about 3.5 hours, and someone calculated it out, and on average, an NFL football game would be 11. It's 11 minutes of action total.
yeah, I know.
11 minutes out of 3.5 hours. That shows you how slow the game is relative to, you know, European football.
Mm.
I think if you want to see something slow, cricket's the game.
Yeah.
I saw England versus the West Indies in Trinidad, and I had to be carried out. I mean, I really blacked out, you know. So.
Oh, no pun intended.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, that's cool. We're on NFL here. The final, I was going to say, I used to get them. You say about the 80s, Tim, in the late 80s, I used to have these. They were like little Care Bear things. They were solid statues, but they had massive heads, big helmets, and they had like I've got about 10 of them, and I've still got them. And they had like one for the Cowboys. I think is it Dallas Cowboys?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I had the Patriots. Is it New England Patriots? Orange. And then the
Check out the big
Dolphins.
brain on O.O.K.
Yeah. And I don't know, it was just like there was a quirky period. It was quite, the branding was quite attractive, you know, all these different teams. And nobody knew anything about it, but it was just like, ooh.
But that's the thing about American football. There's no like if you support a team, they sometimes move, don't they?
They do. They move a
It's
lot.
like, what? You've just moved my team to another city or whatever. It's like, what the hell's going on?
It's like that line on Simpsons when Homer's talking to God and he goes, does St. Louis still have a team? No, they moved to Phoenix. Oh, yeah. Something like that.
Like are they still called the Washington Redskins?
Washington football team now because
Oh my gosh.
the Redskins woke lords. Man, woke lords comments always crack me up. But anyway, yeah, they had to get rid of that because it was offensive. So now it's a Washington football team.
Gotcha. It says a PC.
I didn't
thing.
realize that
Right.
happened.
Oh no, no wonder the woke lords all over it then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That was perfect timing.
Okay, sorry for saying it live on camera. I didn't realize.
It's not really that.
Be careful, Alan. You're on air.
Mm.
And he goes, oh, I'd like to go into no, if I was your lawyer right now, Alan, I'd advise you very strongly to shut your mouth. Brilliant. So, fellas, vintage 80s, man. What's the newest items you have acquired, fellas?
Ooh.
Like, let's start with Mr. Action Figure Grade AFG.
Oh, here we go. Go on, get it
I'd
out.
like to
Get it
know what
out.
you've been
No,
getting.
well, I can grab that one if you want. I've got
Grab
the
the
really
boss.
rare one.
Grab the
I
boss.
can grab it.
Yeah. Come
The
on.
low ball.
Okay, so you guys already know about this one, but yeah, this is a pretty rare one. This is
Oh wow.
a Spanish made BOSSK that was an early Spanish figure, and it was made by the POC factory before they acquired PvP. So it's got really, really bright, toxic green limbs. As you can see, his hands and his feet are really toxic green.
Yeah.
And what's cool about this one is that it was actually the one used in the book on Spanish figures, which is right here. So Javier Ruiz Lopez's book, and this was actually the figure that was featured in this book. So really cool to have, and I don't know how many of them there are out there that are graded and authenticated, but I'm guessing less than 20 or so exist. And so it was kind of a holy grail for me, and not my typical purchase, but I figured if it was ever going to happen, now was the time, just given the opportunity, and it was a friend of mine who had it. So I'm very excited to have it, but it was very stressful and not my typical MO for how much I spend. But it was really awesome to finally get one. I never thought I'd own one. So
I wanted to ask you about that book actually. So you know, obviously, yeah, you got the figure from the book, but on one of the pages there's like a mock example. Is that like a computer? If they touch that up, is that a computer generated thing, or does somebody have that POC carded BOSSK somewhere?
To my knowledge, that this is an actual item. Yeah, usually what they do, what he did was, if a mint on card no longer exists in the book, he just showed the card back by itself and said, "Hey, there's no others that still exist." So the fact that this one is still on the card, it leads me to believe that someone actually does own that, and I don't know what. I have no idea what the value on that is, but it's got to be approaching, I would think, $50,000-$60,000 easily. I don't know.
Wow.
So, but I've never seen one like in Facebook groups or anything like that. But I'd be really shocked if this was not a legitimate one, since he typically did not show one in the book if a mint on card didn't exist. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, like this right here. Yeah, see, he usually just shows the card back if there's none that exists. So I'm assuming it's legitimate.
My God.
Nice item. I mean, that must be one of one when you think about it.
Yeah,
I can't imagine there being more than that. So, I mean, when we were at that sound down and we saw those rare figures, those were quite amazing. They're the PBP Landau Calrissian. That was really nice. So, yeah.
It must take a lot to impress you, man. But you said, didn't you, BOE? You said we were all drooling or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, they had Australian Toys figures. I've never seen those before in my life. I've managed to, like I've said before, I would collect just card backs, but never seen a 12-back Australian card in my,
Yeah. Well, even that museum that we went to in Maidstone, he only had the card backs, didn't he? He didn't have a carded Toys example. So to see those, that's the first time I've ever seen them, like in front of my eyes. I couldn't believe it.
Very nice.
Could not believe it. And he had all the Harberts, and he had some, they just had some unbelievable stuff on that auction.
So this is Read 5 here, isn't it? Or Red 5. What do we say, fellas? I was going to ask Jardy, is it read, as in past tense, I read the book? Or
it's Red 5, yeah.
I thought so, because that's better. It's like...
But GA's not talking about that book there. He's talking about the Blue Milk Vintage Collection archive.
Oh, wow, that one.
Yeah. That should be in our hands in a couple of weeks, I think.
Really?
Wow,
yeah. Happening.
I wish I ordered that one, because I've got 4 books now coming. I've got the Read 5 book. I've got the French book, which is Chronic Vintage. I've got the Polish book, Bootleg, and I've got the what's the other one?
Version 3 of
the Spanish.
That.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got that one. Yeah, I've got that one ordered because I've got the other 2. So
when we were talking before, Tim, I picked this up and I haven't
looked at
this for a while. It is really good. I got this for really cheap as well on eBay. But I had a couple. I opened a couple of pages and then I couldn't put it down after that. But really good. So that's all I have. That's the only thing I have. Book wise for figures. But it's good to hear there's lots of stuff coming out.
You have this one.
I want that one just because I've seen that so many of your videos, man.
Oh, I mean, because this one's so cheap and it's got mint vintage and it goes up to about say 2003.
Yeah.
So it's quite a useful book. And
I love looking at the prices in that. It's funny.
Oh, yeah. But still, it's amazing to see the gap is still there, isn't it, for some of the more expensive items?
But it's nice to see all the figures on card.
Yeah.
Was there a carded? Is there a carded yak face in there? They value it like 250 quid or something like that.
Something like
2005, something stupid.
Was that in those days? It would have been that. I mean, let's see the yak face.
I'll just say, Lau, this book here is by Steve Sansweet. The Rancho Obi-Wan dude.
Yeah, that's a good book.
Action figure archive. Basically, it's kind of very focused on, it's vintage, but Power of the Force 2 era, isn't it? I think.
Mhm.
So kind of the lines and
They've got the
Really?
yak here for £525
Oh, it's
on
525,
Trilogo.
Right.
Even
Okay.
back then, it was pretty pricey then.
Well, I paid less for a graded one in
Right.
2011, so you know, which
Yeah,
is
that was a great
on
deal.
card. Yeah, that was like, if I don't buy it then, it's just like that Toxic Limbs boss.
Yeah.
If I don't buy it then, I'll never get it. So you know, you have to pull the
Exactly.
trigger sometimes. Yeah.
awesome. So that's great, John. And then Blacked Out Ewoks, man. What's kind of new for you this week? What have you got anything new that you want to kind of talk about?
Well, just those D'Agostini figurines, but in terms of vintage, I got just a couple of loose graded. Maybe a month ago, they were well, John pointed me to one which was a Reese factory error.
That one was awesome. I love that one.
And the other was a Lily Lede 88, both UKG graded. So I grabbed those two. So loose graded though. So
cool.
Yeah.
And I was going to say ruler, right? The only thing that I've stopped on that website now, pulling the trigger on that Facebook group, Dark Side Alliance. Because to be honest with you, there's not really, there's nothing really that's come up to tempt me. The only thing that could really tempt me would be a B-wing pilot. If I saw a B-wing, a B-wing pilot like the one I saw in August.
Well, Nick, you need to get on my buddy's Rogue 5 Vintage Toys, Chris W. He's been on the channel. I mean, he's got everything. I swear to God, he's got a garage literally full of vintage stuff. So you need to join that group if you haven't already. I mean, I don't even know how many he's got, but he's got everything. So
could you ping me a link to that, because I saw something the other day and it said reminder, and it was John Ruler invites you to this, and then I went to my notifications and it wasn't there. So it was something.
Oh, okay. I'll send you
weird. But if you've got a link, I will join that, because I saw it again today. Funnily enough, I think it was you, and it was an invite.
Geek Strong.
Oh, cool. Let's have a look. Yeah,
do our biceps.
Yeah.
Boom. Oh, look at BOE getting the skin out.
BOE, get them out again.
I'm ready to
reload. How about that?
Yes, because I'm squeezing it though. It's tiny little lump.
I love that. And
I'll start John Ruler. He'll start stripping, getting his body out.
Oh yeah,
too many photos of that.
That would be horrifying for everyone. So I won't do that.
It needs a python and a wig for ultimate effect. Am I right?
all dressed as a pizza.
Yes, that's what I'm going at for Halloween, man. I've got a full body piece of pepperoni pizza, and then I've got a slice of pepperoni pizza to go over just my face, and then I've got pepperoni pizza sunglasses that flip up. So that's my costume for this year. It's awesome. I look incredible. Trust me.
All right, nice. Hello, Barrios. I can't do his voice, but yeah, that's Jar Jar. Hello there. Right, Tim, have you got anything that's arrived? Anything
Tim, what are you willing to share from recently? Anything good that you can show us?
I'm not going to show it because I'm going to save it for a video. But
I figured.
I recently got some more of my last 17 figures, which you've already seen. So I got the Imperial Gunner. I got the EV99 from the Vectis auction.
You went nuts on Vectis, man.
I know. Yeah, it's a lot. I got to move some of it on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so that situation.
But it's like there's like a box of mini rigs and stuff. It's like, I need a Wampa, and there's a Wampa in that box. I wonder if I can snag this lot and then move the rest of the stuff on. And then when all like the, sales premium hits you and the delivery, and you're like, maybe I'll overpay for all of this. But I was happy with me EV99 and whatever. And then what was it? Did it arrive yesterday, John? That I was taking pictures of that stuff for you. Was it? What day is it today? Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
It was Tuesday, wasn't it? It was yesterday, wasn't it? So I got some stuff back from UKG.
Yeah.
So I got back my prototype Dengar, which is awesome, which I'll save for a video. And my Jar Jar and Carbonite came back with a score of 95 gold, which I'm over the moon with that.
I didn't get into this with you, but we might as well now. Do you think mine? Mine's was near mint or whatever, completely great condition. Would I get a 95 on mine? That's a high score, right?
It's
I don't
very
know
hard to
anything
get.
about it.
Very
Well,
hard to get.
to be honest, I sent in others the first time I sort of did a big grading thing, and I think I sent things that were in better condition that got a 90 gold. So I don't know. It's one of those
It's all
things.
hit or miss, man. It's like the one.
Yeah.
It's like the one I just got back. You know, this miss card. I got a 95 on that, and I was
Wow.
hoping for an 85 or an 85 plus.
Yeah.
So you know, some days you just might catch the right grader. He had a good lunch, or he and the missus last night had a good night. You know what I mean? So you just never know. You never know.
Yeah. Well, I remember when you bought that because I remember it was on eBay, wasn't
eBay.
it?
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, are you going to be happy?" Because like you were going, "Oh, it's going to be." Yeah, I'll send it straight off for grading. I said, "Well, are you going to be happy with that? Because it's going to cut." You know, there was notable damage on the hanger, wasn't it?
Yes.
You could just you can see. So
Yeah.
to get a 95, that's crazy.
Wow.
I don't know how I got it. I don't. Wow,
I'll
look
just
at that
turn
one.
this light on. Hang on a sec. This
I
I
mean,
mean,
it's hard to tell with this camera, Nick. But essentially, if you've taken that straight out of that SDCC set,
yeah,
it's straight. It's got no marks on it. The bubble's
Anyway,
good. Then it will
yeah.
score a really high grade.
It's
You
a
know?
good minimum
At
90.
least the
But
90.
I mean, it looks
I,
impeccable.
yeah, I put it straight into a star case.
Oh, it looks so clean.
Yeah.
Granted, it was not an acrylic case, but still, you know, I found a really good quality star case that was loose, not as opposed to one that was too, you know, the ones when they were really quite fitted.
I mean, Nick, I actually think it's better when you have something like that. Sliding stuff in and out of acrylic cases, I think has the potential to
Scratches,
cause some scratches to it, versus putting it in a star case. All you're really doing is, you know, lowering it onto the thing and then closing it. So I think honestly, being in the star case is probably better for something like that. But, yeah.
I got very lucky with this because I bought this in, I think it was the end of 2019 or whatever, and whoever was selling it was clearly, you know, needed them fast cash or whatever. So it was, you know, one of those items, you know, when you're watching something and then you suddenly get an offer, a one-time offer, and I texted around and they said, get it. So what was it, 320? I looked at my eBay history, not just this, the whole carbonite set. So I got everything for 320.
Yeah, that's a great
which is
deal.
mad, really. I don't know what everything goes for, but I know that you can take this in and out. So this potentially has been removed, but the other stuff hasn't. So to get that out, I had to kind of bend the cards a bit to get them out. So nerve-wracking, but they're all in star cases. But, you know, I assume there's nothing on here.
No, it looks fine.
No, it looks
the
beautiful.
reason I was worried about it getting a 95 is because, and I mean, John helped me out with getting this sent over from America for me. But when it arrived, and I think I noticed it on the photo as well, that the bottom of the bubble had just been pushed in on the corner very slightly, and I just popped it back out, and I could definitely see that sort of stress line where it's done that, you know.
They missed that clearly. Yeah,
they just completely missed that. Yeah.
So that was on your 95. Wow. Well, that's reassuring.
Whereas I've sent in something that I think's a lot better, you know, completely flawless in my eyes, and it's got a 90. But then again, a 90 is still an amazing score. So what
mine will get a 96 because I don't have that fracture. So I win. No.
They definitely. I mean, they definitely miss stuff sometimes, and I've had cases where they really. I mean, I got it back. I was like, wow, that's harsh. So it just depends. You never know, man. Like.
Yeah. I mean, I've got vintage stuff by UKG graded 70 or 75, and I'm thinking, wow, that's kind of generous. But you know, with some stuff they're a bit too high, and other times they're a bit too low in their, you know.
Yeah.
So
and I guess the more you send in, the more variants you're going to get over time, I guess, because you're going to be exposed to more, aren't you?
Yeah. Because you might get, in the early days, a couple of a certain type of figure, like say an Argonaut on a Palatoy card, and then 5 years down the line, get 3 of them, and then, you know, something like that turns up more often, and then, you know,
so what they you mean they've got more to
so what they graded the early ones higher, and then now that it's more common, they it's too late to sort of go back to the old ones. They're gonna, you know, look at each one as they come, and you know, so yeah.
All right.
Should I get the freeze frame graded? Yes. The answer is yes. Absolutely.
Beauty.
So let's get you on full screen. Hang on. Yeah, it's a grail.
Anyway,
piece.
GA asked that. This is one of the, the reason I bought this, by the way, is Blacked Out Ewoks. When I was first getting sober, I just started watching. I was like, let's learn about Star Wars figures and grading. And I literally watched every video that BOE had. This was like 7 or 8 years ago. And so one of the items he had was this one. And I was like, oh my God, that's expensive. But anyway, I did finally pick up. This is one of the more difficult to find production, standard retail production figures. And the only reason I have, and this is 85 plus, but this is the only reason I've got this one is because of BOE's channel. I mean, I just started I wanted to be him. So yeah, there's no grand battle here, guys. All right. So when I was in college and boozing and chasing women, Blacked Out Ewoks was Emperor Palpatine slowly assembling the new world order of action figures in his collection, because he's already gone through college, man. He was already back in collecting and replenishing his childhood stock while I was still boozing it up and wasting money on women and everything else.
John, they had they had one of those freeze frame weekways in the charity auction or charity raffle, sorry, at Echo Live.
Really? I didn't see that.
We're all standing there with our tickets, right? And there was like 3 vintage mocks, and they went first. And then every time someone won, they went up to the big table to pick an item. And I'm there nudging everyone, going, if you win, get the weekway, get the weekway. And everyone's going, oh, why is that rare? I said, yeah, it's the freeze frame weekway. It's a nice item. And then people obviously that we didn't know, were picking up, I don't know, coloring books or something of because they just thought it's just a Power of the Force figure or whatever. Oh, I'll just grab this bunch of stuff they put together as a mini prize. It's probably worth a tenner or something.
Oh my God,
they're happy with it. And I'm like, the weekway's still there, the weekway's still there. And then one of the admins pulled out, it was one of theirs, and he went straight for it, and I knew it.
He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
What's this? Shed some light on this here. So, guys, how do you think History AFA will reflect on the substantial veining on the Echo, Jawa, Ahsoka Maul wave? ESP now with better card stock coming. So, what's going on with that wave? I've missed that. If that's a thing, I should maybe know.
I think some of them were turning up with that crease on the hanger.
Oh, on the hang. Oh, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That one that's always above the. Yeah, all right. I've got a load like that. Regards to that wave.
Yeah,
that's so annoying, isn't it? I'll check that wave again. I've got a few of that wave. I'll see what I've got. Do a bit of swapping around. John, I was going to do a video about in this room, and I never did it. I tell a lie. I did film it, but never edited it. But my early collection from 2015 and 16, I never really thought about the quality of stuff. I just found it on eBay, got it, done, next figure. But now it's interesting when I look back at some of the stuff, and my Django Fett's unpunched, but it's got a little ding and stuff, and you think, oh,
the same problem for mine.
I love it because it's mine, and it's that's got its own little character, if that makes sense. But I tell you what, I wouldn't be happy with it now. We get the choice, don't we? You get a few figures, and you can pick the best. I just thought I'd mention that, but still, I will do that video.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to see that, just to see how you progress. That's true for all of us to a certain extent, right? Is maybe some of our early purchases, at least for me, I'm like, why did I buy that? It's just, and you slowly get more and more. Maybe, I don't know if it's picky, but it's just interesting to.
Well, if you want to look at my Gamorrean guard back here. Oh, sorry, Ryan, Gamorrean. It's Ryan Byrne there, man. I love. You know what, Ryan? Don't just get me. BOE, he says Gamorrean as well, man.
Gamorrean, yeah.
I say Gamorrean.
It's the Gamorrean guard.
Yeah, Gamorrean.
Thank you, Tim.
Tomato.
Gamo. How you doing, Ryan? Man?
Tomato.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, going back to when we were going to do this last live stream, just before we went to Echo, I got this, and I keep mentioning this.
Yeah.
I think this is my prize piece. This is it.
I hope you've washed your hands.
Yeah. I've got Tim to thank for this. You gave me a heads up on this, Tim. And
very nice.
So I got it. But I did actually feature this in the. Oh, turn that bloody light off. Hang on a minute. I'm so sorry, fellas. Excuse me. I did feature it recently in a Facebook group that they do this thing called what do they call it? Is it Force?
I don't know what it's actually Cool.
told me
but
about
it's where
it.
you show the vintage collection version of
Visions.
a vintage next
Yeah.
to each other.
Vintage visions, and what you do.
Yeah,
is
that's
put-
it. Yeah, vintage. Yeah.
I love it. You put a little, an equivalent of the vintage and then the modern equivalent. So that was perfect to do. Because
That is
I don't think
beautiful,
anyone
yeah.
it's really nice that, and
So clear.
yeah, really good.
Jedi card as well, because otherwise it wouldn't fit with the others, would it?
Yeah. But that brings me back to the point. There's not really much I want to snag now. I wouldn't mind maybe getting a Lobot or Lobot. I call it Lobot. That's BOE influence, that. But certainly, I'll get on that group and see if I can get a B-wing pilot, man. That'd be really good.
I bet he's got one.
Yeah.
Lobots are tough to get with a nice bubble, aren't they? Aren't they always? It's a bit like Dengar, aren't they? Always a bit sort of battered and things like that. Maybe not as bad as Dengar.
It's crazy, man. Like the AFA 85 Lobot that I was watching on the auctions online. I mean, that thing went for like almost $900. It was crazy.
Wow.
Crazy money.
You picked one up recently, didn't you? A Lobot?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got.
Was there 41 back?
41B. The debut card is 41A, but this is the 41B I got from Rogue 5.
Beautiful. Look at that clear bubble.
Yeah. 80.
Does the fact that he's looking not straight on, does that annoy you a bit, or?
I would annoy me.
I don't know. I kind of like it. He's like, "What do you want from me? What do you want? What do you want from me?" You know, I don't know. It doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah. It's like BOE has a Vader that does that.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
All right. Yeah, you do.
You're right.
That. It's like looking the other way.
That's a super clean card, though. That isn't it? It looks brand new.
Yeah, really nice. Really nice. So I owe Rogue 5 for that one. That was nice.
Beauty.
I think I've got it here. I'll get Kit Fisto. Hang on.
Yeah, I've got Return of the Jedi Vader, that Palatoy Vader that does that. I mean, that's
Yeah,
a common figure, common card, but
That's a nice one,
looking a little bit.
Yeah.
He looks to the left, or his. Hang on a minute. Yeah, he's looking to the right. I'm confused there.
I don't have
Fisto.
Kit Fisto.
I
That's
love
an
Kit
expensive
Fisto.
one now. How much does that one go for now?
Well, I'll tell you, I opened my first one, which cost me £40, and I opened it because I really wanted it loose, and I couldn't sell it. Nobody wanted to buy it in 2017.
Mhm.
And God, I wished I hadn't. Well,
80
no,
to 100 now at least, I think.
Yeah.
It's a nice figure. Loose. I don't regret opening it because it's a good figure, but it's an expensive figure to open. But now he's probably
200
sold him by now. Or no one would buy him back then. Whatever I had him listed for, I can't remember.
I'm glad that Mace is coming out again.
Mhm.
That's good.
Yeah, me
That's good
too.
news, that. Really good news that.
Need him loose.
Hey, Reed
Yeah.
5
Hi.
I read 5.
Yeah. I used
or
to
Red
see him.
5. I forgot.
Yeah, red. Yeah. So what else can we talk about, fellas? Let's speaking of which, you talk about Mace Windu there. They've obviously also announced that One Kenobi, and there's a lot of repacks. The Ahsoka,
The little Anakin.
yeah, little Anakin. That was a
Ahsoka.
weird one.
That's a strange one, that one.
Yeah.
Because I just got that one again from Star Action Figures.
Yeah, me too, yeah. Tenner or whatever it was.
15, yeah. But
Yeah, the only one I really wanted was the
card.
Ahsoka.
Oh, I want the
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I did say, Tim, in a video, you didn't get Ahsoka in the end, did you? Am I right on that?
I remember when she was like £100 and I was just like, no, I'm not paying that for that because I've never really liked the car back that much and always like left the animated ones till last anyway.
Right.
And when it started going up, I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna have this. So I was praying for it to be reissued because I'm not one that's sort of worried whether it's 2.0 or 1.0 for the majority of what I've got is 1.0. So the odd one or two, it doesn't bother me in the slightest.
You've got everything else. I think you'll be okay.
You've got it in the bag now, man. A lot of people are asking me about the value of the other one. Well, first and foremost, I always thought that it was massively overpriced.
Yeah.
I don't buy it.
Even like 4 years ago, it was overpriced. Just a crazy price. It's just like I'm not. Whenever I looked at it, I thought there's no way I'm paying over £80 for a modern figure.
She's easy 500 now, right?
Yeah,
easy.
I think that's madness.
It's crazy. I mean, I've seen a few graded that have sold as high as 1,700. It's just mind blowing.
Wow,
crazy.
I don't know. I'm no expert in this, but I just get the impression that she's just the victim or an example of a little bit of hype online, a little bit of trending, and people pushing it and scalpability or whatever. And is that what she's worth now? Oh, let's list her for that. You know what I mean? But it's mad, isn't it? She's just run away with.
Oh, it's a definite sort of like this. You know, it just went crazy. Like,
I mean, everything Ahsoka goes up though. I mean, you know, if you look at like the Clone Wars 1 comic, you know, before she showed up in the Mandalorian last season, you know, that comic in a high grade was like, you know, 900, and now it sells very regularly for 3,000, 4,000. I mean, I've seen as high as $5,000.
That's what did it. That's what did it. Her being in the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Because Shea Vizsla, right? She cost me £80 back in 2017. So did Ahsoka. She cost me 80 in maybe 2018 actually. But Shea Vizsla is now nowhere near as expensive as Ahsoka. I think
she's gone up though. I mean, she's gone up quite a bit.
I thought Shea Vizsla
was for 250 over here.
Expensive is what I mean. I thought she was. But
yeah, US. I mean, 300, 350. I've seen 400 for Shea Vizsla now. That's crazy. US dollars.
But for whatever reason, this is going to bring her right back to earth. And the other reason why I thought she was overpriced, and you could get her on the Black Series as well. Like if you wanted her loose, you know, that was sort of floating around. So I didn't really believe that she would go so mad in price, but she has. But it's good for people like you, Tim. Anyway, I'm glad that she's coming out because you can get her without having to spend a ridiculous amount of money, even though you were never a fan of the card anyway.
Well, is it going to be resculpted or is it a straight repack? Are they going to resculpt it at all?
It's photo real.
Photo real, okay.
Oh, wow.
But
yeah, the face is better.
I mean, this just shows you how much I wasn't too bothered about it, because when it was the vote for the vault, I wanted Weequay, which I've got.
Right.
Because I was more concerned about having the figure of Weequay loose for my skiff, because that's the one I'm missing. So I wasn't really bothered, you know, when, you know, I wanted Weequay to win. I didn't really want that the one that won, the Trooper, really. But again, I think she must have been maybe second for them. That's probably why they've done it.
Right.
Because she probably came second in that list, and they thought, "Oh, everyone wants that, so we'll do that one as well."
I voted for her.
For Ahsoka,
yeah,
I voted for Starkiller only because of the fact that I saw him as being two figures in one, and I fancied him loose again, so I had a reason to get hold of just the figure, and you know, I'll have another one of the card.
That's another one that's just that I can't understand why that one has gone up. It just seems like that would have been a perfect one for the gaming greats ones that they released this year. I don't know why they didn't.
I mean, they probably will. They probably will when he's had a Black Series reissue.
I can't see why not.
It would be great to have that one on a gaming greats card. Man, that'd be awesome. I'd buy that in a heartbeat.
So a question for you there, Tim. What's the status of the TVC Tonica sisters? Any info on that?
Well, there's a lot of politics behind that, I believe, you know,
right?
Or maybe there isn't. I don't know, but Victoria's Cantina knows a lot more about it than I do. But I would say that they won't be coming anytime soon, as far as I'm aware.
Okay,
you got to think now. The vintage collection, like with 4 shows coming next year, you've got to think that all of the new tooling budget will go towards all of them figures. So anything you get that's OT related will be repacks, repaints, things like that. Anything, you know, they might drop in a Baze Malbus or something like that from Rogue One if we're lucky. But all of the new tooling budget will be on Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, hopefully Obi-Wan, and hopefully the Bad Batch. But again, I don't think that's... We pretty much know what's coming in the first 3 waves of next year. So, like, I can't see where there's going to be room for... Because you know that wave with Bo-Katan, yeah?
Yeah.
So Bo-Katan's a new sculpt, Mithrol's a new sculpt, and Quill's a new sculpt. I believe Bib Fortuna, although he does look all new, does use some parts of other figures, maybe legs or something underneath the robe, but we haven't seen underneath the robe. But for sure, you've got 3 new sculpts, and that is the 2022 budget. That is not, even though we pre-ordered it this year and we may get it this year, it's 2022 budget. So that's 3 of them already. They only do maybe 8 to 10 new sculpts a year in the TVC. So they're all going to be from the new media. So to get something like the Tonica sisters is just like way away as far as I believe anyway.
Well, there you go. You're touching there on. Well, that's not even 96, is it? What are we talking about? I was going to say I wanted to maybe discuss as a conversation point. I don't really plan these very well, to be honest with you. But you know, how long are we away from the 96? Well, I think I don't know. I can't even remember what is left. And I'm sure one of the Facebook groups has got a list. I can't remember if it's Miko who has it or the UK group, but I've seen it and they've got a little tick off. I'm sure they have. Where
there's over 20 something left, easy.
Right. You just never know how long that's going to take.
And yeah, well, if you look at the ones they've done this year, they're all the Walmart exclusives, and every single one of them is a retool or repaint. Because that's what they're doing. They're looking at ticking off because they think we want the original 96, which a lot of the people that collect the vintage collection do. So they're just ticking off those easy ones nice and quick, you know, by getting out things like Endor Leia, and which is a really old figure, isn't it? It's like 2006 or something silly like that. So they shouldn't really be going back. I'll give Bantha Skull a plug. Actually, they did an article about it today about repurposing old sculpts for core characters. They're basically saying, look, it doesn't matter if it's a true, you know, it doesn't matter if it's like a background alien. You know, I think they said about Herchak Kalfas, the Cantina alien from the Legacy collection. If you're going to do him in the vintage collection, just repack that. That's fine, but don't be going repacking a Princess Leia from 2006.
Right.
Because if you know they're not going to do that again now. That version on that card back is it. Yeah. So that's the sculpt, you know. So you got to look at the ones, Nick. Like I don't know, like they've done Bib Fortuna. He's almost all new. Lobot shares the same legs as Lando, I believe, so it's a partial. But then you've got to look at ones that will need a whole brand new figure and where they will be able to slot those in with all the new stuff that's coming.
Right.
It's quite a
that Lobot. Shame about the crunch on him. I think doesn't, you know, I don't know. Looks weird. You know, the ab crunch he's got.
Yeah. Well, Lando's got it as well. It doesn't actually. I don't think you can really see it that bad. Like, to be honest.
That's a great figure. That I saw RestWTVC on their Instagram. They had a really good picture of him. You know, when he puts his head down. Well, Calrissian, is he alive? Yes, he's alive. You know that scene and brilliant. It's just the photograph is excellent. It just shows how good that facial sculpt is. Unbelievable. So you know, sorry. Speaking of, I don't want to go off tangent here, but speaking of facial sculpts, I didn't show you what I had a few things delivered yesterday. These are from Tungori, but that's a really good facial sculpt. That is George Lucas, that isn't it? With purple makeup.
Cool.
Yeah.
But I got him from Tungori, and also his daughter. That she's in the background of the, you know, when Mace Windu says, "Chancellor Palpatine, are you all right?" Yes, the gallantry of your Jedi. She's in the background then, but that's his daughter, isn't it?
That's from a 4-pack, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure. Is she in the bar in Coruscant as well?
They're outside the opera, aren't they?
Like dreamy.
They're outside the opera hall.
Say again.
Saga.
Yeah. Wasn't it the Lucas family or something set?
Yeah. Because I've got the box graded.
But I don't know how Tungori operates, man. But suddenly there'll be just stuff on there, and you've got to keep an eye on him all the time, really, because you don't know what he's going to have.
What film are they from?
Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
So is he? Sorry, because I can't see him too clearly. Is he supposed to be like an early Imperial dignitary type thing?
No, that's George Lucas, Baron Papanida. He was in the Clone Wars, wasn't he? Yeah.
Oh, right.
He's got a big part in one episode of Clone Wars, but he's just basically stood outside the opera. You know, when Anakin runs in, he runs up the stairs, goes in the opera, and he's just stood there with somebody. It might be his daughter. I don't know. It might not be. But that's George Lucas's one and only cameo in a Star Wars film.
Yeah,
that's a great figure from the Revenge of the Sith shelf. Anyway, and then also I got this Ventress as well, which is I like this one because I like the Gandhi Tartakovsky.
I love that one.
Yeah, I mean I've had this one for years, but she came. Oh, Sugar! She came with no lightsabers.
Alan Sugar.
Yeah, Alan. Yeah. She came with no lightsabers, so I gave her a green and blue, like she does in the Clone Wars before she gets new ones from Dooku. But this one from Tungori was just complete, and I like that.
I love that figure. It's so awesome.
I like the white eyes, and that's how she looks in Clone Wars. Gandhi.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Anyway,
Very cool.
that's just thought I'd show you that. I did a video on that as well, but I thought I'd give you a little show that. Yeah. I just killed the conversation there. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, and
I got-
Black.
I-
Wow, sorry,
I got a question.
I'm
So
so sorry, John. Can I just show this to this fella? The guy I've just put there,
Oh,
Lau,
is that
sent
one?
me this Ventress. This is, and you know what, Lau? I wasn't sure where I'd put her now because I'm going to have this Ventress battling Anakin.
Oh, it's
And
that
this one, I
cool.
think I might put her on my Sith shelf, you know, on my my wall of Sith or whatever. But she's not Sith; she's dark side, but still, she's a nice, realistic interpretation of Ventress, I guess. Anyway, sorry, Ruler, please.
No, I'm just wondering if you guys made your pre-orders today. Somebody had asked that early in the chat. Get the pre-order of the Death Watch and
Oh yes.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, I made mine late. You see, somebody messaged me. They said, "Have you made your pre-orders?" And I was like,
I did the same. I forgot about it.
"Yeah," because I did a video on it yesterday. I thought I'd done it, but then I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was on my phone after 7 o'clock. This, so I was supposed to be getting ready for this, and I got them in. Anyway, how about you, BOE? Did you get anything?
No. I'm just looking at my eBay. I've won 17 items. So
I love that. Brilliant.
Spinning left and right.
yeah.
Vintage graded. Or
No,
is it
no.
the
It's
Agostini?
the Agostini. That's all I can afford these days.
You need to do a video. You know, you did the live countdown video or whatever you do. Not, you know what I mean? When you filming the results. I love them, man.
Oh yeah. When that guy has some good stuff, I'll do one soon. Yeah.
All right. Oh, we have our special guest, ladies and gentlemen, backstage.
Oh, great.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
But
So
how many Death Watch did everyone order?
I ordered 5 plus a full wave.
Wow.
Yeah, I
Zero.
went, I,
Five
went a bit mad.
Ahsokas.
I went a bit mad on them.
Did you know? My mate Mike was saying to me, "You need to buy loads, Nick," because he says, "I mean, are they all the same? You know, when they rescue Mando, the little baby Mando, are they all the same? If they are all like that one guy, I'll be tempted to get a few more."
I don't know whether they've all got the 2 stripes on his arm. I'm not sure, but
Right.
yeah, I got a case of 8.
Okay, so you got me beat.
I got because I just thought I'd just get a whole case of them, and then I got a few Ahsokas, and then you spread your bets, so you get a few singles from a few different. I like to support all of the retailers, so I got I got the wave from Star Action, then I bought a couple from In Demand, and then basically I just ordered 8 from In Demand, hoping that they'll just send me a case.
Right.
They don't actually say that it's a case, but I'm just figuring if I bought 8, then I'll get a case. So
I've got another topic. I know you're getting ready to introduce somebody, but one thing that I'd love to know is what are y'all's take on for that wave that we're just talking about now? They said there's going to be another Mandalorian related character. I don't know if you guys have heard any rumblings as to who that's going to be, but
Tim knows. Look at his face.
yeah, he's got that look on his face. He's got...
Look at that face. And where did you hear that rumbling, man? I need to get my ears open, man. I missed that. Or did they say that on the Hasbro Pulse Con thing or something?
I would just say be patient for in the next few weeks, because I've got a feeling they'll be announced in more of these things.
I'm going to put Tim on. Shall I put Tim on full screens? Just
Make him as uncomfortable as you can. Make him like just really uncomfortable, awkward.
I'll tell you what, I did.
Who is it, Tim? Who is it?
I'll tell you something. I was surprised about the Ahsoka. I did not know about that Ahsoka at all.
Yeah, but it was always going to happen. That one. You know what I mean?
Take my money. Yeah. Take my money. I'm out.
Yeah.
So I feel like small time. All I got was a full wave of all the characters from Star Action. Then I got 2 of the Death Watch from Hasbro Pulse, and another Ahsoka from there, and that's it. So I feel small time, guys. If you're getting the
funny,
but it was 5 per customer on Hasbro Pulse. I thought everyone was 5 per. I didn't see what the quantities were on the other. Anyway, waffling on. Should we bring on our special guest?
Yeah.
Hooray!
Hooray! All right then, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, with 97 in the chat now, thank you for coming by. We did peak 100 before. It's dropping up and down. I don't know what's the most accurate analytic on numbers. 95. Keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Hmm.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Gianni from Red 5 Designs. Hi, man.
Hello.
How
Hello,
are you?
hello.
Gianni?
It's good
Hi,
to be on the
Gianni.
stream with such a prestigious company.
With the BOE, of course.
Not that I haven't before, you know, I'm just saying, you know, there's some legendary figures here.
Legendary
Everyone
figures,
okay?
no pun intended.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's nice to finally meet you. I haven't, you know, you and I hadn't been together on a live stream before, so
No,
it's
that's
nice to
right.
finally.
We've had a
I've
bit
seen
of
you.
chat on-
I've watched you, but you know, it's
Right.
nice to.
Yeah.
And likewise, you know, I've watched many of your videos. Yeah, very good.
Cool.
Enjoy them a lot.
So
Yeah.
let's nail the ghost to the coffin, Gianni. What is it? Is it Red 5 or Reed 5? Because I hear different things, different channels.
Well, if you have to explain it, it's not very good, is it? But it is Red 5, you know, it's a play on words.
That is what I first saw it as, because
you know, Luke's X-Wing, Red 5, and Reed is
Exactly.
in books. So
the thing
you
is,
know.
Gianni, right?
Oh wait.
When I first saw it, I saw it as Red 5, past tense, red. I read the book.
Yeah.
And it's like the whole John Lennon thing, right? I was saving this. I was going to say this earlier when we were talking about it, but like he said famously, you know, the Beatles, you know, it's like, you know, when you read it, it was beat music, but when you heard it, it was the Crawley things, you know. So it's just like what you've done with your name. So there you are. That's
But
awesome.
you know, it gets people talking about it, so that can't be a bad thing, can it?
Yeah.
Exactly. So anyway,
it starts a new debate.
yeah, absolutely. So how's it going, man?
Yeah, it's good.
It's 5th of November, right? The book is
That's right. That's when we're heading to print. We like to think, but we give ourselves a deadline so that we, you know, everyone's in tune with what we're doing and where we're heading and that sort of thing. So, yeah, I mean, it's just literally now just doing little scratches and stuff in the book, you know, and just making those little tweaks and stuff, and up until what we consider the last minute. You know, I don't think I'm always going to be twitchy about passing it over, but you know, you've got to do it at some point. You can't, you know, and when you're checking over 500 plus pages, it's not an easy thing to do, you know. So, but there you go. We are practically there, really.
Mm.
awesome,
Can't wait, mate.
And,
Yeah.
and I've got to say, the support, you know, even though we've had the delays and, you know, some of it justified because we've added a lot more to the book, you know, it's grown from, I think I think we was at 400 pages, I think, when we was doing the Kickstarter, and now it's finally finished at 530. So that's actually the book there. So
Oh my gosh.
used to be like four and a bit folders. It's now 7. So there you go. You know.
I saw an old stream with Greg. He said he showed the demo of the other one, the old previous one that they sent you. It's blank, wasn't it, inside maybe? But then
yeah, that was just they just showed the printer just made up a blank dummy just so we could get a look and feel of the book, and then we got them to just proof up one of the dust covers just so we could check the foiling, and there's some little spot UVs on the figures on the front so that when they catch the light, you know, it's sort of the gloss varnish catches the light. So just little details like that. We wanted to just make sure that they were.
This is the thing. This is the thing, Gianni. Like, I might have to buy another one, you know, because I'm worried. Like, it's one of those things where I know that I will be referring it to it all the time, looking through it all the time. But I don't want to damage the thing, you know, because it looks so cool. So I might have to get another one just to like keep nice, you know.
Yeah,
and one that I really don't mind, sort of like flicking through and whatever.
Yeah, that's right. One that you're sort of not so precious about.
Yeah,
because you know, that's what we want people to do. We want people to refer to it, and you know,
it's solid, man, isn't it? It's a solid piece.
Yeah, that's right. It's
Beautiful
the idea.
artwork.
Big coffee table book, you know, and you say beautiful artwork, but I think generally the art is the items in it, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, we try to display them in such a way that they're not hampered by too much design around them. You know, it's just about keeping it sort of clean and fresh and showing off the beauty of the items in it.
Jam packed. You've sent me a couple of pages, and I've had a good look at them, and it's like safe to say, you know, it's the definitive book for Kenner.
Yeah,
right?
I would say, yeah, definitely. I mean, we think it's probably the most definitive book, you know, with the most information about the Kenner US releases in it, you know. And we did, you know, like I said from the beginning, we thought we was going to have a book with everything in it, but then you soon soon after like researching stuff and realizing how much space you've actually got in the book, or how big you can make the book, you realize you've got to start cutting things down and focusing on something. You know, it's a bit like when you're a collector, when you start, it's always good to just focus on, say, a character or something, and then you can expand from that. And that's a little bit how we started, I think, because I started the book probably a couple of years ago, maybe a bit longer, and I'd had all this, I collected all these images and stuff, from some from my stuff and some from other collectors and things like that. And so I had this sort of catalogue of stuff, and that's what got the ball rolling. And I thought it was going to be a 300-page book. I sort of, you know, worked it out in my mind. And then by the time we sort of come to the Kickstarter, it was 400, and now we're ended up at 530 pages, you know. And we did an image count. It's almost 6,000 images in there. So if you told me that at the start, I'd have probably gone, "Nah, you're all right." It's ridiculous.
Wow.
You know, if you
But also
look
for
at it
some
like
of the
that.
events, it's nicely set out. You know, it's packed, but it's clearly
Yeah, I
set
mean,
out.
it's got it goes through just obviously your introduction stuff, and it starts talking about early bird, history of action figures and things like that, history of Kenner. Then it goes into all the card front stuff, and then the card front offers, all the card backs, and then we created these unique card back flow charts, whereby we stripped all the card backs back to just purely printed ones, so ones which didn't have any stickers or anything applied. Yeah, sure.
There's a mailman coming.
Yeah.
We've got another delivery in from the graders, I suspect.
Yeah, he's going to share that shortly.
I mean, Gianni, this might be a closely guarded secret, but like, are you? Is there plans for like a Palatoy version or something like that, or is that like
or a revision of what you're doing now? Maybe make it thicker.
No, but we do plan on doing the volume 2, which will be
Awesome.
certainly the vehicles and maybe some play sets and stuff. It all depends on how it pans out, what we can get into that second volume. But we're certainly still going to continue with the Kenner and try and get that completed before we start moving on to, say, Palatoy. I must admit, I've probably got more knowledge about Kenner than I have Palatoy, and I think I always have, just because the only reason that's interested me is because that's where it started. So it's just like, you know, that's the beginning of it for me, you know. So yeah, that's sort of where we're at, and we've certainly got ideas for the second book.
Yeah, I think because it's like myself, I've always been, I suppose, a variant hunter, although I denied it for a while, but I certainly am now. Obviously this is modern here, but I've even been filling a few gaps with some mocks in there, you know, vintage.
Yeah, I've seen you've got your
I
typewriter and
understand
stuff like that.
how hard it must be for you to get all the possible nooks and crannies of a variancy of stickers and blah blah blah. It's mad how you would have done it. Is insane.
Yeah, I mean,
and obviously you've said all this before about, you know, people who contributed to it and helped you do it, but
yeah, I mean, lots of people have. I mean, it started off with me, and then obviously Greg came on board. And even when I was doing it on my own, I still had a couple of people helping out, but they couldn't commit to it like, say, Greg was committed to it, you know. And Greg sort of come on full time working with me on the book. So, but yeah, I mean, there's lots of people that have helped and contributed their time and efforts in order for one to check information, two to supply images. You know, I've got people like Gus Lopez and you know, various other collectors like that who are contributing items to the book. They're even going off and taking photographs of items because I need it a certain way for the book, you know, and stuff like that. So, and I think because we show them what we're trying to do and everything, they get on board with it, and you know, they're happy to help.
Have you got a picture of Gus Lopez's White Witch prototype?
No, I haven't, because that's a vehicle, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, because
so
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so that wouldn't be in this book. But I have seen it. Not in real life, but I've seen the pictures of it.
Is that from Droids?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
So you've got all that covered as well, Gianni, in there. So you've got that goes up to Droids, and obviously
yeah, that's
Ewoks.
right. So we've got the Droids, the Ewoks, we've got the 12-inch figures as well. I say 12-inch figures, hardly any of them are actually 12-inch, but the large action figures, so they're all in there.
The last 17 was 85, right? What year is Droids falling in and Ewoks?
That's a similar sort of time, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't after
84,
85.
85.
Okay.
Yeah, because that was they're all coming out. They were all sort of released around the same time. Because if you look at all the catalogs like the Spiegel and the Montgomery Ward, etc., they're around those years, 85. They're offering both Tower of the Force and Ewoks and Droids.
Yeah, we've got no reference over here with 95. The last 17 and the Power of the Force. Do we really in the UK? Unless it was, I don't know. Did anyone? Unless you got hold of an import.
Tri-logos. We've got tri-logos here.
Oh, that's right.
Tri-logos, they were, yeah.
I used to have I had the yak face, but certainly never came with a sticker.
Sorry. That would have been the tri-logo over here, wouldn't it? Yeah. Well, the coin one was in Canada.
Oh yeah.
But we got a whole section on coins as well, and I must admit that's probably been the most difficult section to do. I did not realise just how expanded that was in terms of prototype coins and different types of coins, and it was mind blowing.
Well, just getting the 62 coins together would be really tough.
Yeah, and again, they weren't all from one. Well, I think we probably could have ended up getting them from one source, but just the way that when we initially started, we wasn't sure who we were going to contact and that sort of thing. So we sort of gathered what we could from where, and then eventually filled in the holes that we didn't have. But again, Gus gave us a couple of prototype coins that he had images for use in it, like the X-Wing, the Luke X-Wing one, and things like that. So, we've been lucky enough to through the book, we've made contact with these people, and they've been able to help.
Nice. What does it weigh, by the way, Gianni? It looks like
it's got to be about. I haven't got the Greg's got the other one, the sort of one with the printed cover and everything, but it's around about 5K.
Wow.
That'll be breaking some coffee tables.
If anything, you can use it as a doorstop, So
yeah. And whatever video it was, John, he said, well, you can have that much or do quarter again of how much you've expanded it.
That's right.
It's already pretty big.
It's quite a thick book. Yeah. And it's got fold outs as well. She's got a few spreads that are fold outs and things like that, where we sort of display the character with the cape and everything on, and then we strip them off and got the stripped off version underneath and stuff like that. So little novelty bits like that. Plus we're doing because we've done the card back flow charts where we stripped all the card backs back to just purely printed cards, and then we give you all the possibilities based on the stickers around at the time. So we've made it all chronological in terms of what the offers were and things like that. We've obviously created card backs that don't necessarily exist but could exist, knowing what sticker combinations are left and out there, because card backs are coming up, here and there, all different times, So in order to try and give it a little bit of so it doesn't get outdated, we've got a set of stickers that you can apply. So if those card backs come to fruition, then in the book they're tinted, but on the stickers they'll be full strength. You can actually apply them in the book, so you know that they actually exist.
Wow.
How cool. What a great idea.
John, is that based on the fact, so what you're saying there is that, let's just say, for example, everyone knows the Ugnaught came with this sticker, but perhaps this other character, no one's ever seen that one with that sticker, but you're saying it could exist somewhere. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there are, either with card front offers, which obviously the backs correspond to those, so depending on what offer you, but particularly say the 21 backs with the Boba Fett offer, because that's probably the most complicated card backs, because it's got up to 4 or 5 different stickers that could be applied to it in various combinations. So we've worked out every possible combination that they could be applied, and based on timelines, and also there was the dates were updated, so offer extended and all that sort of thing. So we've worked all that out just to give you an overall look at what is possible. A lot of them probably don't exist, but at least it gives you an overview of what is possibly out there. And some of them, a few years ago, people didn't think they existed, but they do now. So it is quite possible that they're out there,
I mean, John in one of his updates was talking about the 12 back with the 32 back sticker on it. How scarce that would be. So you know the 12 back, yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine that those are pretty low production numbers.
That's right. But they would have used overstock items or something like that, and then just applied the sticker to it. So, it's hard to think off the top of my head when I've been going through all this all the time. What options are out there? But I mean, there's an example of say the effect. If you can see that.
Wow.
So
hey, Nick, can you put him on Nick? Can you put him on?
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry.
So these are the masters, which don't have any stickers applied. So there's 3 card backs for 21 backs, essentially. There was 3 card backs printed, and all the other ones are variations of that where stickers have been applied. So these stickers here, whether it's the black one with the rounded corners or the square,
unbelievable.
This back with square corners and so on, and then it works out all the possible formulas for it. And then also all these grey ones don't exist. All the solid ones do exist. But, years ago, probably like one of these probably didn't exist or something.
Yeah.
Someone's got it in their
that must have
collection
taken forever. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Crazy, isn't it?
It's a labor of love.
It's a lot of work.
So, but we've done that for every card back. So, 20, 21s, whatever they are, 21s, 31s, 41s, 32s, all that. So everyone, if they've got sticker options, it's got all the flow charts to go with it, so you can see all the possible combinations.
That's insane.
Awesome.
Yeah, and we do variations. So we've done variations on figures, and then that expanded into variations on weapons. So
the armory.
The armory, yeah, that's right. So
if
what we try to do there is just we show all the weapons, what figures they would have come with, what the variations in colour would have been, and then also we pinpoint on the images of the weapons what might differ from one to the other. It's difficult because we haven't got every weapon. We just to try and sort of accumulate every weapon and get it in there in terms of that one's got a little extra bump on that side, or that's got an EPM on that side or something. It's just hard to do that. So what we've done is just pinpointed areas on the weapons which do differ from one to the other, and then if people do want to go and investigate that, then they've got the start of the information there to go and do that, because it's all about how much do you put in the book and how much do you leave out, or how much do you leave to the collectors, what their interests are, and they can go off and delve deeper. Because I'm sure that what's in this book covers a lot of stuff, but there's still areas that you can go even deeper with it. It's a bit like coups, country of origins. So although we pinpoint what all the different countries of origins are in terms of what the copy is and what the text is and the layout, even though within those you've got ones where the letter spacing is different and things like that, and the type doesn't quite line up. So there's all that sort of stuff. So we just sort of direct people that although there's this version, there may also be another 10 versions of that version, if you like. So if you want to explore, go and explore.
And you say which figures went on which card, which card backs? Because they're like, I don't know, there's various different Lukes or whatever from different factories, and was there a because I don't know too much about the variations when it comes to like the gingerhead whoever was never on that card back, for example, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so we will we do to a certain extent, but again, it's all about what you can fit into your pages type of thing, So, so for instance, there's Luke's spread.
Wow.
So it shows you all. So again, this will be like
big camera, Nick. Big camera.
Oh, sorry. I was doing something else. I'm listening. Hang on. Boom. Oh, that's me. Oh God. Hang on. Sorry, Gianni.
Here we go.
So we'll
wow.
The hair colours, and it will tell you which of those hair colours came in which card front. But it won't sort of tell you all the other colours in between and stuff like that.
No. But that's exactly what I meant. So it's sort of like brown-haired Luke was only on this.
Yeah, so
41 back.
Yeah,
41 back.
Right, and all that sort of thing. And then up here it will tell you you've got to ignore all the scribbles and that because we've been.
I think BOE doesn't even need the book. He just it's just a 41 back.
No, I've been watching Old Plastic and Yorkie Yid.
Yeah,
Yorkie Bespin.
Yeah, Yorkie Bisping, yeah, because those two guys, it's just exactly what you've been saying about with saying to Luke. They've got maybe 100 figures of Luke Farnboy, or how many they've got each, and
crazy.
they've studied those figures to the nth degree, and they know by looking at the COO, the markings on the leg, which factory this figure's from, you know, all that sort of stuff. 3-line, 2-line COO, all that sort of stuff. It's so exacting, and you can become that exacting if you specialize in one figure.
That's right. Yeah, that's the thing. It's all about. You could probably write a book on just Luke if you wanted to.
Yeah, you certainly could. Yeah, because you've got Luke Farnboy, Luke Bisping. Yeah, those two together.
That's, you know, it's all about. You could take elements of this book if you like, and then write another book just purely on that section. Yeah, but yeah, it will tell you which card backs the brown head appeared on and the pumpkin head.
I can't wait to get into it, mate. I'll be like a little.
And it'll tell you which card backs that you know those fronts went with as well. So it'll cross-reference the card backs to the front, so you know that, all right, that only came on with that offer and that, or that back and that sort of thing. So
for John's benefit, I don't know whether anyone else in the UK knows this word, but I refer to those sorts of people as spods. Have you ever heard that word, a spod? It's just like someone that's sort of like, it's not a geek as such, but it's just someone that like is so into that one thing and like they just cannot wait to like absorb all that information.
Like an anorak.
Wait to like spod out on that book.
Anorak.
Anorak. No. It's I don't know.
Not an anorak. No.
I mean,
it's not a derogatory term being called a spod. It just means you're like super like
spod. It must be a southern thing.
We said geek out. We said geek out.
Yeah. It's a bit different to a geek though.
Hey, Poindexter. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that in a positive light, you know. Like I say, I love geeking out on this stuff, you know. That's kind of,
The more information you know and learn off other collectors and stuff like that, you know, it's just, you know, you learn the basics from like saying Kenner, and then you learn about the COOs, the foreign figures, all that sort of stuff, and you just build up so much knowledge. It's just so amazing. And
I think you find your niche from that point, don't you? And what you're into and what you want to delve into.
There's three gentlemen on the screen there. You've been guiding me through my embryotic days of being a vintage collector, 80s. That's Jan Ruler, Blacked Out Ewoks, and Tim. 3 guys all summer pinging your messages. What you
buy it.
And then you're terrible. John Ruler, for somebody who said the BOE was the guy who spent my money. Oh, maybe
I love spending other people's money. It's the best.
Get it. Buy it. Good. I didn't even need to talk to BOE. I'm like, okay, I get it.
Sorry. It's my fault.
It's good, man. If I didn't get it, I wouldn't have that TIE fighter pilot on the wall there, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, John, your videos are great because they're just so informative for people who are, you know, whether they're a beginner or someone who's a bit more advanced. I just think that you just give them all that sort of relative information that they might need, and that's what it's, you know, you're giving them enough to then go off and explore themselves, you know. What
is terrifying, Johnny, is that I get private messages from these people, and like, thanks for your videos, you know, for the market data. I just bought like 7 12 backs AFA 85. I mean, these guys are like, they're in a different income bracket than me, and they're dropping like 20. And I'm not making this up. I mean, they're dropping like 20 or 30 grand a month on this stuff. Wow. And I'm like, wow, I just couldn't even imagine being that much into play money that you could just, those look really cool. Right. Action Figure Grader shows some cool stuff. I'll just go ahead and buy all of them. You know.
Well, I'll tell you a story. We went round to, I say we went round. It was quite a fair drive, but we went to a particular collector because he had some particular rare items, and they were DT carded figures.
Wow.
So we're talking Obi-Wan, we're talking Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, all on cards, and more than one of some. And I was sort of looking on this table, and I said, I had one figure in my hand. I said, so how much was this worth, do you reckon, like that? And he went, oh, that one's probably about 70. I went, well, yeah, I think grand. It's 70 grand, you know. And then I sort of looked on the table and I sort of topped it up, and there was probably about 270 grand's worth in 5 figures on the table.
Wow.
It's just incredible. And I'm just glad that I got to hold it for a bit, you know.
I wouldn't even touch it. I'd be like, this is awesome, but
Well,
I
think,
can't have this in my hand. I wouldn't trust myself.
Oh, I'll put that down. But yeah, it's incredible. It is incredible. Just how they seem to be. I mean, they ain't going one way, but recently they just seem to be going exponentially.
Man, I've got a buddy. He just bought a loose graded figure. He bought a loose graded. I'm not going to say which because I don't want it to get back to him. But a loose graded figure, he spent $55,000 on it.
Oh my gosh!
Wow,
Jesus Christ!
Crazy.
This is a Brazilian figure.
John, stop talking about me. All right.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. Man, YouTube's treating you well, Tim.
Hey?
I said YouTube is treating you really well.
yeah.
I'll link to his Patreon.
55K, Christ.
It has to be a Vlix.
Yeah, it is incredible. What
I'll share with you later, BOE. But yeah, it's not. It's actually a standard license figure, but it's
Oh
crazy.
my gosh!
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure I could ever justify it. I really
No.
I'm
No,
just not
I
sure I could.
No way. Never.
I just think of all the other things I could spend that money on. I think
My wife could think of a lot more things that she could spend that money.
Yeah. I'd also,
She would murder me.
Think about the consequences of having
My wife, if I bought
something
like that, my wife would murder me, and then she would make sure I'm dead, and then she would murder me again. So there's no way that I would ever buy anything.
And then she drives off with Chad. Was it Chad who was the guy?
Yeah, Chaz. Yeah, Chaz. She'd run away with Chaz. I'd never see her again.
Yeah.
And then she'd sell the 55 grand figure. Ka-ching.
Okay, all right. Well, hey, Nick, if we've got to a good stopping point, I did get the item in. That's why I stepped away.
He's a mailman. Let's have that, man.
Okay, so I did get an item in.
You go full screen? I'm on it this time. Sorry.
Full screen, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, boom.
All right, you had mentioned Book of Boba Fett, and I do have a book, and it is related to Boba Fett. So I've got Star Wars 81.
Oh, wow.
Star Wars 81, The Return of Boba Fett in a 9.8. This is The Return of Boba Fett. And so this is kind of turned into a big key comic. And so this is from March of 1984. So just an epic painted cover. I
love the artwork. Artwork.
Yeah, really awesome. So
I've got it.
Spot,
but ungraded.
Oh, wow.
It's a great cover.
It's really awesome. But you can take me off of big screen. I feel really awkward and like everyone's looking at me when you have me on the big screen.
I'm enjoying the.
Was it 9.8? 9.8, yeah.
9.8.
We're not looking at you, John. We're just looking at all the figures behind you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fun.
Awesome. How about that?
Beauty, yeah.
Good timing that, John. Get it in.
I got lucky though because all these rich people that we keep talking about, they're going on eBay and they're buying it for way overinflated prices. And then one came up at auction, and I got it for what they've been selling for consistently for about the last 6 months. So I felt like that was a win, given that it's selling. I mean, I've seen 4 or 5 sales for 50% higher than what I paid. So I was very happy to get that. So.
For a long time, those Marvels you could pick them up for £2-3 each.
Right.
It's only the past 5 years they've started to climb. For a long time, I'm talking a good 20, almost 30 years, they've been worthless until now. They've just started to rocket.
I love buying at the peak.
Yeah,
BOE. That's what I do. I buy at the peak, and then whenever I go bankrupt, then I'll sell it, for pennies.
Yeah.
But it's like what we're saying earlier about Ahsoka, John. Because I know that me and you are praying that Sabine Wren and what's his name? What's his name from Rebels? Ezra. We're praying that they're going to be live action, aren't we?
Oh, I think it's a matter of they've already cast Ezra Bridger, so I know that's happening.
Yeah, that's going to happen. Yeah.
I mean, I went ahead and bought that one early, man. I'm like, I'm prepared. I've got Kanan #1 and Kanan #6. I'm done, so I'm good. But yes, I hope it happens sooner rather than later. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm because that guy that pressed them for us, I can't. He did such an amazing job.
Oh, isn't it awesome? Yeah. So we're nerding out right now. We're geeking out right now. Me and Tim.
We're spodding, right, Tim?
I can't wait.
It's comics now. It's comics, guys.
I can't wait for those to come back from CGC. I just cannot wait.
Yeah, they should be back February at the latest. So
that's nice.
Do you
But
enjoy comic books?
my favorite comic's that Greek one I got.
Oh, that one's awesome. That was amazing. I've never seen any others like that, to be honest with you.
I know.
What,
So
the Greek Star Wars comic.
yeah,
Oh right.
Yeah,
from
all
the
in Greek.
70s.
Amazing. Hey, Gary.
I
You
paid
haven't got
about
it to hand,
£4 for it.
You haven't got ain't got it to hand, have you, BOE?
No, unfortunately, no.
I've seen some Russian and Japanese ones, but I've never seen any other Greek ones like that. It's just really incredible item.
I'll look on Instagram and send you the picture, Gianni,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
because it's a nice cover.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But I do like I like the Japanese ones as well, because I like all the text and everything like that. It just adds to it, doesn't it?
Is that a geek or a Greek? Being a Greek is a good thing these days, Geek Strong says.
Greek
That's
strong.
He's right, yeah.
Oh, hello.
Quite a few in there, haven't you?
Yeah. Hi there, Chris. Nice to see you.
Toys of the Jedi.
You got comics, Tim? You got any of that?
Yeah, I've got loads of them.
Have you? Really?
Yeah.
Tim is sitting on a gold mine.
Pray tell. What have you...
Well, basically, when Marvel got the license back and they started pumping out comics again.
Of course. Sorry.
I went from, I've got all of Star Wars 175, and then I got all of the Darth Vaders, I got all of the Kanan series, the Han Solo series, the Leia series, the Lando, the Chewie. There's all these different series. I just got them all. I was loving them. And I was getting all the action figure variant covers as well, because I love those Kenner style.
What's the name of the art? I've just remembered now.
John Tyler Christopher.
Yeah, brilliant him.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then just speaking to John, it just, they've been in my loft, bagged and boarded. Some of them never read. I read all of Star Wars 175, and I did read the Kanan series, which is why I was a little bit worried about sending those to you, John, to send off for me. But that pressing guy's done a great job. But just speaking to John, he was like, he started doing his comic book marketplace videos, and I was like, hang on a minute, like what you're saying, Kanan number 6 is worth how much? $700.
Wow.
Yeah. And I was like, I've got one of those.
Wow, amazing.
And then it turns out that like some of them that are, like the action figure variant covers, I used to like buy like 3 or 4 of those. So I used to buy one to read, and then I used to, because I just like them, I just like keep them bagged and boarded, because I thought maybe these will be, it's like an investment or something. And it just turns out, a lot of them are worthless, but some of them are.
Some of them, man.
Like
Thrawn.
Is it Thrawn number 1, Darth Maul? Some of those, Darth Maul number 3, things like that. Like there's or number 2, or whatever it is. I don't know. John's the expert, but yeah.
I mean, some of those have gone up to like $400, $500, $600. It's crazy. It's crazy.
All the modern ones that John says are worth a fair bit, I seem to have, which is quite nice.
Great.
So I'm quite lucky there, really. Yeah.
And BOE, let's remember BOE. He's got like 2 copies of Heir to the Empire #1, which is Thrawn's first appearance comic.
Wow.
I mean, I just bid on one last week and I lost, but I mean, in a 9.8, that's like a $1,600 comic, man. I mean, that's just crazy money.
God.
Crazy.
Madness.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. So
anyway,
I'm quite pleased with those. And
I completely hijacked this discussion with talking about pretty colored paper. So I apologize.
All right, to bring things back to the. What about those comic packs with the figures?
I've got a comic house. I was about to say I don't have any comics, but I've got outside there. I've got the Empire one, Biggs Darklighter one, which is the one you get when you open Marstrap, is it? Connie, what it?
I've got that one. That's the only one I've got.
That's worth a lot, though.
Let me go and get it. Actually, no, wait a minute.
This is the only one I've got, which is apparently it's worth quite a bit. Yeah.
Did you buy that when it originally came out?
No. I bought this off a Facebook group maybe 3 or 4 years ago for like £45, and I knew then that this one on the left here.
I got that one as well.
The Clone Commander, he's exclusive to this, so you can't get him.
The only way you can get it.
Yeah, and that figure loose by himself goes for like £250.
Oh,
so,
right.
Wow.
God.
It's a nice looking set.
Yeah, it's
overall.
beautiful. Yeah, it's lovely. Yeah, so that's the only one I've got. I've got some figures. I've got figures from the packs, but they've been opened.
Hey Nick, if you want to zoom in on me, man, I got a cool comparison here. So I've got,
You're up.
so we got this one that we just showed you. And then I forgot
Me
that I
too.
also have the graded 2-pack. So this has got
It's
the
so
reissue,
cool.
Look at that.
the,
Look at
the
that.
reissue, Dark Horse
Oh.
reissued the comic, the same comic with the figures.
Wow.
So that's
That's
kind of
nice,
cool
isn't it?
to have.
Yeah, very
That's
cool.
up to 2, yeah.
Yeah. Put a picture on Instagram of the two together.
Yeah, I'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
That's sweet, man.
Mm.
What is this one here? This is quite a nice comic, actually. It's not worth it near the other things, but that's quite a good. Got some
Oh, I've
great
got
art
that.
in there.
Yeah. You
Really nice.
told me
ties
about
in
that.
nicely. You know, with
That's
what you
cool.
see.
Those are really cool.
Yeah, it's a good
Even
one.
the strips inside are really well illustrated as well, aren't they?
Oh yeah, really nice.
But I don't think I've ever seen a Star Wars comic with a NAF cover. You know, most of the covers I've seen, they're really, really nice artwork.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
it's how well drawn that is.
I found myself recently, like,
Destroy.
because
Oh, yeah,
they're
that's
doing
really
this.
nice.
They're doing this book. They're doing this bounty hunters line at the moment.
War of the Bounty Hunters.
War of the Bounty Hunters, yeah. So I'm finding that I'm like buying any cover that's got BOSSK on it now, and there's bloody loads of them, you know. So you know, Mike Mayhew variants and all this kind of stuff. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
but you'd be complaining if there was none with him on.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm loving it. Yeah, I'm loving it. But it's like when I thought, oh, I like that one, and then you look down, and it's like, God, there's about 10 with BOSSK on.
It's got to be done.
Yeah.
This is. I'm just going to go back. Sorry to cut in on the conversation there. Just conscious of time.
Yeah.
This was something that came up before we were discussing before. Does any of you know why Hasbro reveals 2 new figures just a couple of days after the event? I mean, why didn't they just reveal them at the event? And that was something that is coming up a lot in my comments section and stuff. And we did talk about it before, Tim, didn't we? Briefly.
Yeah.
Could be a number of things, couldn't it?
It'll be because
Could be
they're
right
governed.
thing.
They'll be governed by Lucasfilm.
Mm.
And this
It could
whole
be,
this whole
for
bring home
copyright.
the bounty thing isn't just figures, it's comics, it's books, it's t-shirts. So they would have said to Hasbro, anything bounty hunter related, Mandalorian related, needs to be revealed in this campaign that we're doing. That's what I think anyway. So they couldn't, you know, that Ahsoka and that Mandalorian they revealed yesterday, they just weren't allowed to do it in their own thing because it has to be part of this broader campaign for the lead up to the Book of Boba Fett.
That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
You got to take like the rough with the smooth there, because we've had better live streams than the one we had, say, on the Friday, and then we've had some reveals out of nowhere that were equally like mind blowing, like the Clone Wars reveals, whatever they went in a stream, were they? But obviously, it was a bit more of a comeback down to earth, wasn't it? The last one for 3 3/4 inch, anyway. A lot of it was the, you know, Rancor focused. But yeah, you know, well, what can you do?
I mean, yeah,
it was. Now,
at,
anyway.
at the same time, you know, I was super pleased with that spider thing. You know,
that was amazing.
Yeah, we get more, don't we, than the Black Series? We get the babies.
Yeah, and it just
was that the one
awesome.
in the bigger pack?
Yeah,
the bigger pack square in card, isn't it? Yeah.
But you said it in your video as well, Tim. But I said as well the mistake. It was so confusing because when they showed the figures, they said Black Series, and I was like, totally. I thought, had I misheard? And they had the thing in the background because it did look good, that figure. Obviously, we know 3 3/4 inch figure looked good as well, but it didn't look like.
At first, they had the loose figures of the Black Series on the table, and then he got the Black Series packaging up on the table. Yeah. But on the screen was the Vintage Collection one, and I thought at the time, because I only glanced at it, that they were doing maybe like a 40th anniversary type Black Series for that figure as well. So like you can get it on a bigger card as well if you want. But then obviously I saw the Vintage logo underneath it, and I was like, here we go. They've messed up.
Yeah. I didn't like how it looked in the packaging there. It looked really kind of weird. But when it was out and articulated, the spiders looked great. But they demo the articulation there.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I have to watch it back. I was too busy screen grabbing on my phone. I didn't get from my video. Like, I'm
just pleased because it's like the same with those 4-packs that are coming of loose figures. You know, it just shows that they can release stuff in the Vintage Collection that isn't on a card. You know, on a normal card. It means we're going to get different stuff as the line gets busier and improves, and which is always good.
There ain't no star case for that though, is there? So I'm just going to buy it early, open it, and not even think about what it's going to be worth in the future. Just
Oh, I'm grading mine. No doubt. No doubt. First thing I'm doing.
I'll tell you what might fit it, Nick, because you know the Power of the Jedi and Mana Man.
Yeah.
I've got a star case for that, made by Star Case as well, made by Protect.
Really?
Rather. Yeah, and it's much bigger, and I'm thinking it'll be about that big. So when I get it, I'm gonna try and fit it into there, but I'm not sure if they make them anymore. You know.
Yeah.
But they used to make them when those bigger cards existed. You know.
Right. I see. Yeah, and GW will do anything, won't they? They'll obviously put that on their list, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, they did it. They did one for that the Mando behind John there, the heavy duty one. The heavy,
that's a big one.
But GW do a case for that, don't they? So
yeah,
and that's quite specific.
It's a great figure that.
It's so big.
Yeah.
What score did that get, John?
Wow, that does look a good figure.
That one got an 85. That's the best I could do. My first one got a 70 plus because the bubble cracked in shipping, and so this one got an 85. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. That's fine. I'll take an 85. So
let me put you on big screen there. Hang on a minute. Let's have a look at that figure.
Yeah,
it's the same figure.
Yeah, look at that.
I never got that. I saw it on
so big.
Well.
Star Action Figures had it half
Yeah,
price.
they did.
Oh,
so awesome.
I was just trying to walk away from that line. I'm trying to clear my decks of all that scale. So I didn't. It does.
I'll buy the odd one now and again. Just you know.
Yeah,
So,
he's one of my last remaining loose Black Series that I've got on display. He sits next to my Gamorrean Guard, and then they're the only two I display really.
Nice figure.
Yeah, it's nice, very nice.
But then saying, as soon as he comes out in the vintage collection, then it'll be put into a into
should do that.
A bin, as they call it in America.
Well, then there you go. So let's speculate now. What's this? Did we speculate before the Mandalorian figure that's to be announced or whatever?
Oh, he very deftly sidestepped that question.
Yeah.
Oh, that was right. That's when Tim did that little smirk. That's right.
Yeah.
Look at his face
Yeah,
now.
that one.
Look at his face. I'm putting him on big screen. It's really funny. Sorry, Tim.
That's why you got to pretend your screen is frozen, Tim. Stay still.
It would be nice if it was. Now we're talking about the heavy duty. I want it to be him now because it would fit in nicely with the other Death Watch. Although I suppose they're from different eras of time, aren't they? The other one was around the time of the super battle droids or whatever. I suppose that's that guy.
What the airborne one that they announced?
That one yesterday.
That is definitely a different figure.
Yeah. So definitely. It's from the era when he's a baby, right? Are we confirmed on that one? When he was younger.
So the one that was announced yesterday is from the Mandalorian. And the one that they pipelined is from the Clone Wars. So it's the one from the Clone Wars is a bit like the Loyalist that came out in the Black Series.
Yeah. I don't know what I think they're going to bring out now. I've got a hunch they're going to bring out the Super Battle Droid now on a Mandalorian card. Look at Tim's face now. Has he changed?
I don't know. I mean,
couldn't they?
That's quite possible, yeah.
It would go with, and they could pack a little baby. Could they? Maybe not. A little baby Din Djarin in, maybe. I don't know. But I love that sequence when you kind of does the thing RoboCop 2 style with his handgun, gun hand, whatever. Anyway, only time will tell. Wow, 108 people now I see on the counter there. So thanks for tuning in. Just to recap, we got Gianni here from Red 5 Designs. If you haven't, I put a link in the description now for his website. So if you haven't had a chance to, if you were not aware of it, you've been living under a rock. You must not. It's spoken about so much, but if you weren't aware of it and you haven't already had a chance, you still can back it and buy it until November the 5th, right? So time is running out. But do go and check it out.
Thanks for that.
Definitely.
Salacious Rum's comment there. What did I say? Power of the Jet? Did I say Power of the Force? Salacious. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. You're looking at the chat. I was going to say, if you haven't hit the like button as well, please do it. Do it. Because we've got.
I think Salacious Rum was upset that you said Amanaman rather than Salacious Crumb with Amanaman.
Gotcha. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. There is.
Oh yeah, he came with the crumb, didn't he? Yeah.
Oh, when I did that live stream with Rum, I put that little Salacious that came with the Man. I put him on the same stand as Boba Fett, and he looks great with Boba Fett. just stood next to Boba, the new Boba, right? And it's a bit like that kind of Din Djarin and Grogu thing when you've got like the big guy with the little kind of baby character. So if you've got a little Salacious, put him next to your Boba. He looks good. You want a little tip on that? And on that, I've just killed the conversation again with that little nugget of information about my collection.
Oh, smash that like.
Yeah, smash the like. Yes, thanks for still being with us, action figure grader.
What's that?
Thanks for still being with us.
I mean, I got 20 minutes, man. Then I got to go pick up the kids and go to karate practice. I got a big evening planned. It's really exciting.
Is that your karate practice or the kids' karate practice?
Well, I mean, my kids, my daughter is larger than my son, like by a lot, even though they're twins. And so my son has to learn karate in order to protect himself against his sister.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Galay, use your mic.
Hey, you, Mike.
Should I give away, fellas, that Emperor and also a thing this here? Because I did say I was going to do it. So I will do it. So stick around, people, if you want to win that. And also a custom Emperor. Let me go and get it now. You can. I haven't thought this through very, very well, but we'll figure out a way of winning it. We'll do something in the chat, maybe. Just bear with me 1 minute, please. Talk amongst yourselves. Hang on.
John, how's my Bosk baggie doing?
It's doing great. Do you want to see it? I can pull it out if you want.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Bosk baggie. Oh, you got a Bosk in a bag.
Yeah.
Kenner.
Yeah.
Hong Kong bag. Oh.
Okay. I got to be really careful with it though, because the toes on those Bosks can poke through the bag. So I don't want to take it out of the second bag, but we can at least show the two pieces without. The less I handle it, the better, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But okay, so it's almost complete, but you got
the
beautiful. This is the paperwork.
Oh wow. Oh, the mailer.
Lovely.
Yeah, the mailer paperwork for the now these were for the 21 back ESB secret figure offer.
Yes.
And
yeah, I've got a book
the secret figure was this guy.
Yes.
Oh, great. Great.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful shape though, Tim. Beautiful condition. I mean, look at that. Look at the ink on that. Made in Hong Kong. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I was a bit silly really though, because like, how am I ever going to find the box to go with it? The white box. That's the thing.
I would send this to UKG as is and just have them grade the baggie next to this, and it'll be just as good, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's what
I mean, we never got the offer in the UK, did we? For Bosk, that was the only one we never got.
Yeah.
That's a hot item though. Chris over at Rogue 5, he's got the full setup at Collector Archive right now. It should be back next week. I'm sure that's going to be nice.
Yeah. My chocolate chip Wookiee's got one as well. I think I told you, didn't I, John? When he bought it a few years back, it was like £350, I think, from the States. He got it shipped over here.
Bosk mailer.
Yeah, Bosk mailer.
Like triple that now.
All lovely, Yeah, very jealous.
Me
at
too.
least I've got that. At least I've got that one. But
it's nice. It's in really good shape.
You used to get the Emperor for $5.
I've got to say you're welcome to the Padawan collector, because he just thanked me for. I sent him some stuff and I did a little note with a little sketch on it of a TIE fighter, and he was just thanking me for the. Is
that the one?
For the picture? No, it was one up.
Padawan collector Joey. That's a good question. Joey just posted a question about AFA or CAS. I mean, I just made a video yesterday about how the delay, the turnaround times at both of them are awful. I mean, it's crazy how bad the turnaround times are on both. It just depends. If you're just for personal collection, I think you're gonna be waiting 4 to 5 months minimum, probably with both of them. But I think they're about the same price, so it just comes down to what your preference is. I like both of them. I have both. So, but good luck with it, Joey. That'll be nice.
Yeah, I mean, he's a brave man to start collecting from scratch now. Especially
he's doing a great job though. He's got a really nice collection going.
Figures. Yeah, he does. Yeah, it's been brilliant, and that his display case and everything. I think he's doing fantastic. His channel's doing really well as well.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. It's really well edited and everything.
What's this Hasbro Pulse live stream in 15 minutes for members? Is it true?
Yeah.
What's going to be on that? Is that for anything we know?
Well, so Steve Evans obviously used to work, run Star Wars at Hasbro. he tweeted out about it, and the hashtags he used had various stuff like Marvel and stuff like that, and then it had the Black Series, but it didn't have the Vintage Collection. So I was like,
All right.
well, so that means we probably won't get a reveal, but there probably will be a Black Series reveal tonight, like to members.
Oh.
So except, you know, anyone that's into the Black Series, you know, check Instagram, because I'm sure it'll be revealed by somebody that's a member that's watching it. You know,
how good was that client, Tim? That was great. I didn't talk about it in my video, but I
figure.
Yeah, I mean it's 6-inch, but it looked great to me.
It looked really good. Yeah, we need him though, don't we? Because we've got the Cantina. So
yeah.
So
I love that character, man. He was great.
Yeah,
really good character. Right. So anyway, speaking of the Emperor, someone mentioned the Emperor before. That's what I was going to give away. It's something that was made for me by what they call that, Tatooine Customs. It's a really good. I mean, now you've got VC200 now. It's like you can get an official Hasbro product, but this was still a really good customization that he did. Inside is a figure that is awesome still. Not much going on the back. The 5 POA of that character is just brilliant. Still really good. I was thinking about doing a bit of a figure hack with the head of that, maybe. Anyway. But still, I was going to give that away. I've been saying that for ages after I got to 5K. And also I'll chuck in a only One Kenobi patch.
Nice.
With the adhesive on the back there, John.
Looks awesome. I like it.
It's nice, yeah. So yeah, thank you, Tim, again. Thank you. You gave me a bit of help and advice along the way to get the patch made. Yeah, let me get off the full screen. And also, of course, Padawan Bear.
He's a good guy. Good guy, Padawan Bear.
So I am sorry. I haven't done anything about these. I was going to sort myself out. I'm going to do that in the next couple of days, get things arranged so people can get hold of them if they want to. Certainly for Patreons, I don't have, channel membership set up, but I'll try and do that soon. And I'm going to send these out to a few other people as well. But still, if you want to win it, should we do something now? I thought about a little kind of funny thing we could do. It's just so random. I was going to do a little melody from Star Wars, and you have to tell me what film and then what character you see when you hear this melody. So I don't know how this is going to be tough to do or easy. But I'm going to whistle a melody.
It's in the chat.
First person in the chat to say it, yeah?
Yeah, but you've got to, it's two things. You've got to put in your comment, you've got to say the Star Wars film and then the character that you see primarily during the moment,
Right.
Okay,
and a full disclaimer to everyone that's watching, it'll be the first one Nick sees because it can be delayed, can't it? You'll get loads of arguments when they go.
I worry about this.
First.
You know more than I. So I'm looking at StreamYard here. Would you say StreamYard is more accurate or less accurate?
I don't know, mate.
I would say StreamYard's more.
Is it so? Okay. Yeah. I know that when people delete, we've seen before when people delete comments, StreamYard, people still put them back up when moderators have taken them away. So
maybe it's the other way. I don't know.
Yeah, okay. So are you ready?
It's your rules. It's your rules, Nick. Do what you want.
Let's
do as you will.
Then. Ready? And that is it. Ladies and gentlemen.
That was beautiful.
Mark Shabby Geeks put The Godfather.
That's what I was thinking.
You can't guess again, Shabby. You've wasted your life, mate. You've wasted your life, mate.
I was thinking Godfather as well.
Michael Page, Phantom Menace Jar Jar. Congratulations.
Yeah, he's first.
Damn, that was quick,
probably
man.
the only one, actually.
I wouldn't know. I had no idea.
Connor Fuller, Attack of the Clones, Obi-Wan. You're wrong. It's not. It was swimming towards. Sorry about that, Connor. It was swimming towards Otto Gunga, and you see Jar Jar.
Oh yeah.
Go over that kind of.
Michael Page is a genius. There's no way I would have gotten that.
Do we get to hear how it should have sounded?
Okay, Gianni's got to go now, everybody. So check him out. Nice. I love that. That was
back on now.
When I say Gianni, right earlier on, Daniel Chart. He asked where you were from. He said, you've got a similar accent than me, Gianni. Where are you from? So you can answer that in a second. But also, he has a similar humor to you because I did my John Lennon thing before. And he said, yeah, that sounded just like John Lennon, except when he said it, it was funnier. So you're obviously probably from the same neck of the woods. But anyway, Gianni, where are you from, man?
I'm a London boy.
What
I'm
part
from
of London? No,
Hammersmith.
he's from
I'm
London.
born in
No,
Hammersmith.
Hammersmith.
Same here.
Yeah.
Hammersmith
Oh,
Hospital.
I love
Hammersmith
that, Tiny.
Hospital.
When I lived in London, I worked in Shepherd's Bush. I worked at the
Right.
so I lived in Wandsworth. So I love that whole area. I feel like that's my kind of patch,
Best
man.
part of London, Putney.
Well, Shepherd's Bush was where I went to see Star Wars when it first came out
The Odeon.
in 1978. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was at the. I can't even remember the name of the place. My mum told me, and I've written it in the book. So.
Empire.
How about this for a fact? A BOE. Pierce Brosnan apparently saw, I think, his first Bond film at the Putney Odeon. Is it an Odeon?
Oh, yeah, there is.
Yeah,
there
there
is.
is,
It's still there.
That's where he saw Bond, apparently.
Right by the
So cool.
bridge.
So someone told me. Might need
It
that
was the
verifying.
Gaumont Cinema, apparently, just off of Shepherd's Bush Green. That's where I saw it.
Oh,
So Gianni,
It's probably not there anymore.
are you a QPR or a Chelsea fan then? You're going to say
I'm
you're
a
something
Gooner.
else. You're. Yeah, there you
Really?
go. There you go. Glory
Gooner.
hunter. Glory hunter.
That's outrageous.
No, I've been a Gooner since we were down in the doldrums. So, I mean, don't get me wrong. I've never been out the Premiership or the top division, but I'm just saying, you know, when we've been mid-table mediocrity like we are now, you know, I've still been supporting them. So
Yeah, but Barnet wasn't so attractive, was it really?
Brentford.
But yeah,
Brentford.
Brentford. Yeah, it's weird for me seeing Brentford in the Premiership now.
Yeah.
Poor
Wow.
Johnny doesn't know what we're talking about.
I know who Tim supports, but I'm not going to tell.
No, you're not.
It's a secret.
What's?
Mhm.
Yeah, let's have a look at the. Hang on a sec.
It's near where I live.
BOE.
But you said out loud before, Tim, something that I thought you were skirting close to the truth. I won't say anymore, but you said something. You just almost want people to know, I think.
No.
Oh, look at this. 0-2 there, full time. Have a bit of that. Look at that. There you go.
I can't see. What does it say? Preston 0, Chelsea,
Yeah.
Liverpool 2.
What's that?
Do
The
you remember
Carabao
that
Cup?
faithful- Are you a Liverpool fan then, only one?
No, that's I am. Yeah, I was gonna do something stupid.
No, he's a Preston fan.
Yeah.
I
What's
just
that in the
remember that
Milk
wonderful
Cup?
night in '89.
Say again.
I remember that wonderful night in '89.
I was mascot.
Was
In
you?
1989.
Really?
Yeah, I was
At that
talking about
game?
Michael Thomas to my dad the other day. Actually, we talked about Graham Souness and how he took it over and everything, and Thomas Anfield villain turn hero and all that.
Thomas is up for grabs
The
now.
start of the wilderness years, but I definitely I was mascot for
What for
them.
that game?
Not that game, God
Right.
no. I was mascot for them. It was versus Southampton in 1989, January 1989, and just pre-Hillsborough, and they won 2-0. And they won every game actually after that at home until I think Hillsborough, But it was funny because we won 2-0, and also I've got pictures. I've got the picture somewhere as well. I'll have to show that another time.
Yeah.
Jimmy Case was the the captain of Southampton at the time. He was a Scouser, tough ex-Liverpool player, and I'll never forget meeting him. Because when I went to the centre circle, he was like, "Hi, mate," you know, like a real character. And then I think my dad said something like, "You know, he didn't break your legs, did he?" He was a tough guy, wasn't he? But anyway, that was a great.
He played for
great
Brighton
day.
as well, didn't he, Jimmy Case? I think.
Did he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't know about where we went after Southampton, but I'll never forget it though. But it's a shame when you look back at that. It's a shame we didn't live in an era of phones and filming it and stuff. All I've got is a few still photographs, and obviously the official photograph of me and the referees, linesmen, and stuff. And there's a nice picture of me and Brucey Grobbelaar. But yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
See, Tim, I've got no problem. I'm going to come out and say who I support. You should do the same. Anyway, and tell us who the bloody Mandalorian figure is as well. I'm a man of many secrets. Anyway.
I might not
Right,
know.
Tim, I can wait.
Yeah. Right. Oh, look at this. We've got well, we all know
Daniel
him.
Chart.
Yeah, Daniel Chart. Anyway, so we've got a West Ham fan here. East Ham. What was it? Yeah.
East London.
Yeah, my son's gone to the West Ham City game tonight. Even though he supports neither.
1989. Anyway, we're winding down here, fellas. It's been very nice to have you all on. Thank you for coming on. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, man. It was awesome.
Great.
Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Any last words, fellas?
Can't wait to get the
November
book.
5th. November the 5th.
November the 5th, yeah.
Remember,
I'll say-
5th of
If you are just
November.
joining us, check
we look
out.
forward to you lot having it in your hands so that you can have a little flick through it, and then we can maybe discuss it with you having it in hand.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. It's going to be quite a great.
I'll definitely review it. I think. Give
Same
it
here.
a good review, probably.
Probably.
So Johnny, just so like printing, like if all goes to plan, print on the 5th, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Means
once
no
we hand
more-
it over to the
which
hand it
might
over
mean-
to the printer,
Yeah, which
then
means
he'll
no
be able
more
to give us
orders.
a time frame.
So, what's the time frame after that then, roughly? Do you think?
Well, until we hand it over to the printer. So I asked him the other day if we gave it to you on the 5th, what are the time frame? So he hasn't come back to me yet on that.
Right.
But he will then be able to give us some fixed dates for when we can expect it back, and then I think it will take us a couple of weeks to organise the shipping and get it out. From those who were ordered at the beginning to the ones that are ordering now, sort of thing. So yeah, but as soon as we know, when we've got fixed dates, then we'll let people know. But yeah, not too much longer, we hope.
Cool.
I mean, we're as excited to get it as you are, honestly. It's been a long sort of haul for us, and we'll be glad to get a finished copy.
At least we've seen how hard it's been for you guys, because you know about a year ago, more than a year ago, you sort of announced it on a certain live stream, and then we've seen updates since, and it's just we've seen how much work you've put into it. So
that's right. Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, we've learned from doing this one, so that when we approach doing another one, we'd make sure that we're in a better position to give people a better idea of timings and stuff like that from what we've learned from doing this one. Because a lot of it has been a learning curve. I mean, I've done books and brochures before, but I've never done anything on this level. On this amount of pages and the amount of research and stuff. So, and also being a designer, people would tend to give you all the information anyway, and it's just a case of you making it look pretty, sort of thing. So, whereas this, you're sort of you're the whole thing. So, it's certainly been a learning experience. But I mean, I've enjoyed it. I just don't enjoy the fact that we're keeping people waiting.
Oh, don't worry.
Don't worry.
I'm waiting on other books as well, so don't worry.
Yeah, there's no Kickstarter.
I mean, me
that's
too,
late.
to be honest.
What Kickstarter's ever on time?
No, that's true. But,
That's like they're always late. So.
Hey Nick, I gotta break off, man. I gotta go pick up my kids, so I'm sorry.
All right, John. Thanks for joining
Bye,
us.
John.
I'll speak
Take
to you,
care,
John.
guys.
Good to
Johnny, nice to meet you, man.
John.
We're going off in a minute now. Thanks for joining us.
Cheers.
See you.
Nice to see you.
Top
we'll
man,
be
John. Top
clicking
man.
off in a moment as well. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one. Yeah, that's awesome. So yeah, I've left a link in the description of this video. So do check that out. Yeah, I've no problem, man. With only a week, well, it's a bit more than a week, isn't it, left, I guess.
Yeah.
There's still time, and awesome. I wish you the best, all the very best. You deserve every bit of success for what you've done. It looks amazing.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
It will be amazing.
I mean, it's been hard, but at the same time, I probably wouldn't change it. I mean, I know I sort of say, if I'd have known how it was, how it was going to end up, if I'd have been asked to do it at the beginning, would I have said yes? I don't know, but I'm proud of it. We're both proud of it, and we're just excited for people to get it now.
You've got something for all time, as you say, delays are delays, but if you're getting it right, it's there forever. And it's not like something like you can tweak a website, a book's there, isn't it? Bang.
That's right, exactly that. And that's part of one of the things, and especially talking to the people that we're consulting with as well. They, I thought I knew a fair bit about it, but I come to realise, I only know sort of a pinch of it, and there's so much more to learn and know about it. And hopefully, this book, sends people in the right direction.
And at the end of the day, like the Kellerman's like a legendary thing.
Yeah,
it's like in 5 years, this is going to be the definitive book. Now from then on, it's going to. You
I
know,
like that, Shabby. I like that.
So
But
do it
yeah,
in his voice.
you know, I'd like to think that, but you never know, you know. But I think it's all a case of getting it out there and letting people see what we've done.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
and
there's stuff
we're confident. We're confident because of the people we've been working with.
Yeah,
and the knowledge
exactly,
that
yeah.
they've got, you
Yeah.
know. And it's amazing what they know and how they know it off the top of their head as well. Because even stuff that I've been told, I still sometimes have to reference the book because I just can't, it just doesn't sink in with me, you know, all the time. But
Oh yeah, I
they know
forget
this
things
stuff
I was told
offhand.
yesterday, mate. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
tell me that.
You've been illegal wives, Tim.
Yeah, it's probably got something
I
to do with
forget
that.
people's name, Barry, you know?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. But yeah, no, it's been a good experience, and I'm glad we've done it.
It's been emotional.
Yeah, if you like.
Brilliant. All right. Oh well, we've hit 2 hours there, so we'll clock off for the evening. So thank you
Bye,
very much,
everyone.
all my guests, the Blacked Out Ewoks, Tim from
Thanks for
BOSSK'S,
having me on.
Gianni Red 5 Designs, and hello to Greg as well.
Greg, yeah, he wasn't feeling too well, so get well soon,
Oh,
Greg.
Yeah.
Myself, only One Kenobi. I've mentioned Action Figure Raider, yes, and you, the chat. And as Shabby has said here, I'll finish on the Shabby quote. November the 5th, don't buy fireworks, buy the book instead. Cheers, mate.
And cherry bakewells.
See, BOE can do impressions as well.
Cheers, G-Force.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Cheers, everyone. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.